Hey everyone, welcome back to the last and final set. I gotta remember it's lost. It is lost. Okay, uh, the last video carrying over. Who are we running with this time? So this is the last set. There was no theme to it because everyone's kind of taken up, I guess. We have Faust, L Faust. I made a video about her. She's really good. She's really strong. Soul Strike actually sucks, but it applies to Rupture, which is really good. It's a single hit. Sometimes when clashes mediocrely. Skill 2, Deep Cuts. This skill is really good because it wins Clash. It gives her free Poise. Poise is a poo-poo stat, but Haste is sick. 3 hits, good damage, just good damage. And her best skill, Opportunistic Slash. Head hits, inflict 5 Rupture. When the head hits is great. If you took no damage last turn, coin power plus 3. So it helps win clashes and it does a lot of damage. Great at clashing, great at damage. L Faust is definitely one of the raw DPS characters. I would put her. So when you think of raw DPS for two identities, 2 zeros, you think of Hong Lu and Leo Gregor, and I'm throwing Don Shi in raw DPS also. Subject to change after she gets nerfed or fixed. Fuck them. Passive resolution at the start of the turn. If 4+ count, gain 2 haste. So as long as she has poise, 4 poise. So just don't crit, I guess. Lol. Support backing. One ally with the lowest max HP gains +2 defense skill final power. Fucking useless. Go next. Okay. It only goes downhill from here, guys. So Jefe Sinclair. Yes. I know it's Jefe, but it's funnier when I say Jefe. His first skill. I'm not going to pronounce any of this. Good luck. If you win the heads on this skill, if you even win it, the skill clashes like shit. It does shit damage. If you win the head hits, it inflicts 4 sinking, SP damage. We talked about this. Danza de Passion. On head, gain 2 poise. Head hit gains another poise, so 3 poise. If you roll heads, you apply more sinking, this skill clashes also not that great. It's definitely low decent for clashing, and it's also very low damage too. It's funny that he rolls the maracas. And Panata Party? I thought it was Pinata Party. Oh well, whatever. If target's SP is below 0, boost crit chance proportional to target's SP. So if you have poise and then you roll this ability, you hit them very hard with your maracas, and it's all funny. Head hits lower user stagger threshold by 50% of the damage though. This skill staggers pretty well. Probably his best clashing skill, and it's not that great of a clashing skill either. And the damage is pretty less than mediocre. Even with the crit, which is only 1.2, still very mediocre damage. I actually would say that Pinata Strike, fuck you, is worse than... It's just a strictly worse version of Strong Strike. Not only Strong Strike a good clashing ability, but it also applies Blunt and Tremor, Burst Tremor, and also does decent damage. But I have never won the coin flip for this, for damage. Yeah, I really hate this character. I hate all of Sinclair's identities except for base identity. There's a million reasons wrong with him. And there's only 2 reasons why he's great, and it involves him being a gigantic meme. Passive, Jubileo Hedonista. After a successful evade, lower stagger threshold by the evade's skill power at 5 gloom. So he's supposed to dodge, apparently. Like, fucking okay. So he evades. Defense is garbage. This character just doesn't work. Mind you, I did bring Jefe Mariachis into my Chromer clear and actually won. But that was because he was also buffed out the wazoo. And the next nightmare is Blade Lineage Cutthroat Outis. This character sucks. This character sucks too, man. Head hits, gain 4 poise. Okay, I guess, 4 poise, pretty good if you win your heads. Clash win, gains 1 poise. Slash damage up next turn. So, obviously, acupuncture. So, you can get up to 5 points, maybe? If target HP is below 25%, final power +2. On crit, raise first stagger threshold by 20% of the damage. Okay, this is contradictory. Because you would murder them by the point if they're 25% lower if you land a crit. Decisive dive is... Right, I'm sorry. Bad clash, bad damage. Bad clash, bad damage. Bad clash... Okay clash, bad damage. Level-headed deals 2 times pride damage to enemies with less than 25% HP. 1 hour. So, obviously she's meant to be some form of an executor. She's supposed to execute units. But she sucks. God, she's so bad. Alright, anyways, let's just get into the video. Mute the game. Okay, perfect. Unhide the media source. Play the lobotomy core theme. So he's gonna pick Faust, Sinclair, and Outis. Dude, I remember this run took forever. I was like actually losing my goddamn mind because none of these characters do damage except for Faust, just Faust. And you know how hard it is to rely on just Faust to do damage, which isn't that hard because she's actually meant to do damage. So we're just gonna skip ahead. We're gonna hit the I win button and just be super disappointed. So she opens with this, and I was like, ooh, cool. She used her strongest skill on the first go. Staggers him, does most of his bar, which is fine. Let's compare it to Deep Cut, and we can just see the difference. So not only did she double stagger him, but she almost killed him with just her second ability. Of course, I'm comparing L Corp Faust to Outis, which is somewhat unfair. But, you know, we're just looking at it now. So I'm going to level up Faust first? Yeah, okay, yeah. So we'll level Faust first, get the Hex Nails, it doesn't matter. Go next, whatever, we're going to skip around. What turn do that? It doesn't matter, okay. So, victory. We go next, we're going to fight. So we skip to the boss here. We're fighting Gay Tony again. Not even a real character, so he's just dead. Go next. Pretty sure everything went smooth. I think that ended on what, turn 3? So turn 3, which is pretty average. Egos were kind of shit, but I picked the Rusty Coin because that's the best at just autoing. I think I picked Ishmael. Yes, I picked Ishmael, base Ishmael here. Of course, yeah, I'm setting myself up for a fucking literal nightmare of a run now. Because I just have 3 really tanky units, only 1 unit that does damage, who is luckily fast. Okay. I'm gonna skip this because I felt like skipping everything when I was playing. So we just got into the first fight and we're already in turn 3. Okay, turn 3, floor 2. And everything was such a nightmare, nothing mattered, so we skipped to the final Mirror Dungeon 2 boss. Or second floor, which is just the little clay dolls. They kill themselves. And this was also just like fucking nightmare. My egos are just awful. I had to pick that garbage, and then I picked Ryoshu, which doesn't help. Yeah, I was that close to just picking a 000 and breaking the video. I should've. I fucking should've, man. Okay. Right, we had Battery Waifu. We had that fucking Flower Blossom. And then we also have the coin. So we have 4 really good egos. And this is still a nightmare to go through. So, looked at the map. I can't recall it. I don't remember. You don't remember. You don't care either. So, we're just fighting these basic-ass soldiers. We kill them. Oh, fuck this guy. So, we got into a lot of really long Abno fights. And I had to use so many egos. I remember this is why this run was a nightmare. Because we had to, like, egos out the wazoo. So, I actually had to use my brain. Because this is really bad. And this is when I realized how bad Mexican Sinclair is. You might be asking, is like, how dare you? How dare you say Jefe Sinclair is bad? Well, 1, fuck you. 2, he's really slow. He's really, really slow. He's tanky, sure. But he can't clash with anything. Like, no one wants to hit him. Especially these Abnos. Maybe he might be good for fighting, like, normal human units where they're kind of forced to hit him. And, because I remember when I used him for Cromer, even when he was super buff, he lost all his clashes. He didn't do fuck all for damage. he sometimes ego to stop something from killing all of us, which is great, but like at that point anyone could have just egoed. Yeah, no, he's really bad as a character. And I know this is gonna piss off some people, but like you have to use them and then you realize it's like, oh yeah, this guy's fucking awful. You know, Ishmael, my wife, carries this run because I decided to just shoot myself in the dick. And yeah, the final boss was just an apple. I just hit auto win because I wanted to get out of this hellhole. It took turn 5? What the fuck? Okay, it took 5 turns to kill the apple, which on average should be a 4-turn kill, or 3-turn. Right, so if you look at the DPS, you look at this horrendous, atrocious-ass DPS. I brought Ishmael in after floor 2, and she did more damage than Outis and Jefe and, well, Ryosho's whatever. Base Ryosho is actually, like, really bad. L Faust, of course, carries. Ishmael had to fucking carry. These were some solid fucking egos. Except for, you know, today's expression is shit. No one really applied tremors. And that green, the green soda one was kind of whatever. Even though I had battery waifu, circuit board, which I guess never procced. It was whatever. Like, no one died, including the enemy. Okay, well, that brings us to the tier list. Finally, completed. Dun, 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 dun. Again, Shidan, subject to change. Let's talk about it. Hong. Best unit in the game. He can hit 4 times. Shidan. She's literally broken. That's why she was so good. It makes sense. LCCB Ishmael. Good clashing, good damage. Sorry, Discord users. Whoops. That was me. Whatever. Lil Gregor, high clash, high damage, low HP. Rodion, high clash, high damage, high HP. Faust, good clash, high damage, low HP. She can just die in like 1 turn if she gets staggered. And if she loses one of those clashes, gets staggered, she's dead. 7 Ryosho. Ryosho, she needs to work around a slashing team. Otherwise, and then she'll be amazing. I think she actually does a lot of damage, has good potential. She's probably the double O with the highest potential, but just by herself, she's not the best. Or she's very perfectly rounded. I'm sorry, that's what I wanted to say. Yisang, same situation. Decent at clashing, decent damage, decent HP pool. Again, just decent. A tier is just very decent. I heard Ishmael, if you ever get her low enough, she does even more damage than Hong. But that again requires her to be half dead. And that's kind of where it gets pretty sus. LCCB Rodion, 2 pretty god-awful skill, 1 amazing skill. Very tanky and is blunt. That's why she's an all-around. Mersault, not that great at clashing, good damage, and tanky. B tier. These are great characters, but they lack 1 critical thing. And 1 critical enough thing that makes them B tier. Outis needs to win coin flips or else she's like dead in the water. Heathcliff can't clash. Good damage though. W Faust can clash. Good damage. Locked behind a charge wall. Charge is a shit skill. Heathcliff is a stain upon humanity. The issue with C tier. Okay, so to explain C tier in more detail, is the base identity is just flat out better, factually. Base Heathcliff is way better than Heathcliff. Base Sinclair is better than both of these Sinclairs, just factually. I know you guys love Jefe Sinclair. He's hilarious. I love Marachi memes. But maracas and marachis. But just base Sinclair is just way better at clashing, doing damage. Not tankier though, but just better than the other 2. And regular Outis is way better than Blade Lineage Outis. Blade Lineage Outis is just fucking Apollo dog shit. And that's my, again, this is my tier list. You are free to disagree. In fact, I would love to hear your opinion on where some of these characters belong and some of these characters don't belong. Again, we're going to leave Shidan out because she will change. Probably. yeah, that's kind of it. This is just my 00 identity. Again, this is just kind of meant for people to use as a baseline on what characters they want to work on next, because we can farm threads now, which is great, but you only get about 18 threads a day if you're not whaling or anything like that. Yeah, hey, thanks for watching this series. I would love to expand on it. I will expand on it as soon as Hong comes out. I'm super excited for Leo Hong. That probably, I think, when this video drops, he's actually already out, and I'm probably already making a video. Anyways, yeah, thanks again for watching through this whole thing. You know, seriously, it's still a brand new game. I love to hear any of your texts, any things that make these characters function and tick in a different way. But thanks again for watching. Thanks again for putting up with my dumb shit. And I know it's Jefe, but I like to say Jeffy because it pisses people off. Alright, later, dudes.